Brian Gildenberg is Managing Director of Retail Cities, and Maria Salinas is President and CEO of the LA Area Chamber of Commerce. And Maria, you and I talked on the phone earlier today. Yes. You described this intense fear, and you said something to me that was surprising. You said that people in this community are staying home from work. Their kids are staying home from school. They're even staying home from medical appointments. And all of that is impacting the economy in LA. Explain what you're seeing.
Absolutely. This is something that I hear quite frequently, and it's only grown just over the past couple of weeks as we see more and more of these policies highlighted. Whether it's members that are medical providers that are seeing an increase in cancellations of medical appointments in underserved communities, or schools that are just seeing a lower rate than attendance. And certainly with many industries, I've talked to several restaurant owners who are seeing just a real tightening in their labor, but as well as in terms of the attendance. So this is something that's very real in Los Angeles, something that I've been part of many conversations in trying to understand what can we do to overcome those initial fears that exist right now. We know that that's an impact on our regional economy, but I don't think Los Angeles is alone. While we have a lot of immigrants in industries like construction and agriculture, we're not the only state that has that type of workforce.
Brian, let me ask you the same question. Are you seeing this trend? And what does it mean for retail if we're seeing, a huge proportion of immigrants in this country just staying home from work, staying home from retail shopping for fear of roundups?
I think you can see in the broader macro economy, which is more where I tend to hang out. I think there are some of the themes that we've discussed here that are being reflected. One, restaurant sales are not just down in this community; they're down across the board, and that was one of the real eye-popping results that came out of the February results. Is restaurant sales were down 1.4% from the previous month. So I think there's a sentiment concern in general that people are pulling back. I think in general, uncertainty across the board is an economic issue for consumers, and it's impacting how and where they choose to spend. I think it's an impact for businesses. And I think the uncertainty is particularly acute for businesses and for people and families that have strong connections either to Mexico or Canada, because the conversation around tariffs, as disquieting as it is to an American consumer, if you're in Mexico or Canada right now, the potential disruption to the economies there is enormous. So I think there's a bunch of the issues we're talking about here that you could extrapolate to a slightly larger playing field.
Maria, how would you describe the retail landscape more broadly? Are there other reasons why things look like they have really slowed down lately, or do you think that's more just sentiment and anecdote?
Well, I think that some of the comments that were just made about the uncertainty is definitely something that plays in with people think about, extra cash that's in their pockets and the uncertainty of, there's still great concern about inflation and the high cost of items. I think that definitely weighs in on things. I think the fear factor in immigrant communities, in Los Angeles, it's a very diverse immigrant communities, and I speak to a number of coalitions and community organizations that serve those communities, and definitely they're seeing that fear in terms of staying home. So if they're not making their doctor's appointments, why would we expect them to go out into the mall or into other spaces where they may be spending money?